Hi, we're Jackie and Bobby Angel with Ascension Presents. Today we're talking about friendship, the only ship we need.
I knew you were going to say that.
So Aristotle noted that friendship is one of the greatest goods of humankind. And we don't need it to survive, but life isn't really worth living without friendship. And he actually had three different categories of friendship. One was the base level friendship of utility. So this is a teammate, this is a coworker, this is someone that we get along. I like the guy, but
it's useful to be utility. It's useful to be friends with them at
that
time.
Once the thing is done, so
your team is done.
The team is done. The work
done.
hours are done. We're not really there. Next thing is friendship of pleasure. So I enjoy spending time with this person. Maybe that is centered around an activity like, I don't know, bowling, Risk, Pokemon.
We love the same types of movies or music.
Yeah, and that's great and good, but it's not it. That's not like the top. And Aristotle said, the friendship of virtue is the one that is, again, looking for excellence out of the other person and willing to call excellence out, and vice versa. I'm willing to be challenged by him or her to be better than I currently am. It's not a friendship that just keeps me where I'm at, that doesn't really care. Not a friendship that, we're just here to hang out. I'm never really going to call a person out. We're called to get to that third level. Those are really the friendships worth having.
So a virtuous friendship is when you have a common goal, common aim, and obviously if you are a Christian, that common goal is heaven. So the best, and probably some of you know this, and I've experienced this where there have been people I've just met, but when we have faith, I'm like, wow, I'm closer to some of these people I've just met who have faith in Jesus than I am people I've known my whole life, because that common goal brings us together in such a way. It's amazing. We've been asked questions like, what does it look like to have a good friendship? How do I be a good friend? So there are going to be a couple of things we're going to share with you. Like, what does it look like to be a good friend? Number one, you pray for your friends. Like your goal is to help each other get to heaven.
And you pray with your friends.
Yeah.
That's a great gift when, there's certain coworkers, we'll do the rosary once a week, and that these are the same friends I can goof around with and, quote movies and all sorts of dumb things. But then there's also a depth of we pray together, we get work done and we are facing the same direction towards the Lord together.
Good friends keep each other accountable, and accountability is tough because you're putting yourself on the line there and saying, hey, I felt this way when you did this. Or if someone's asking you to keep them accountable, maybe for their pornography use or for whatever, chastity, or for any other addiction, maybe any other sin.
Even just
pride.
This is not a good relationship. If a friend cares about you enough to name that, not just you do you, man, you live your life. This doesn't seem to be going well. This person doesn't seem to be treating you right. Or even I had a friend in college who I was just trying to fly under the radar in terms of taking on any more leadership responsibilities in our Catholic Student Center. And she cornered me in a kitchen, in our Newman Center kitchen, was no, you need to be a leader. You need to step up. And that,
because they call the best out of you. Good friends want the best for you.
And that's a scary thing. I care about you enough to do this. It's much easier to just say nothing, live and let live. But that's not
love.
That's not love. That's not the height of friendship.
Saying you do you, boo, is not love.
We want it. We don't realize, it's hard to admit, but we want to be called out. We want, that's what a coach or mentor does, and what a good friend does, is it calls us out to be better.
Because even in marriage, you're together. You're stuck together right till death do us part. So it's we have to keep each other accountable. When you ask people, what are some key things in friendship that you look for, people obviously say loyalty, trust, and obviously the person's going to be life-giving, not life-sucking. If there is somebody who is constantly, tearing you down, constantly stomping it, listen, you are not a doormat. That is not somebody you need in your life, okay? I love in Sirach chapter 6, verse 14, it says, a faithful friend is a sturdy shelter. He that has found one has found a treasure. There is nothing so precious as a faithful friend. So, there are times when friends are going to come and go, because there are some people who, again, they're not going to treat you the way you should be treated. They're not going to lead you closer to Christ. If they're leading you further away from Christ, that's not a virtuous friendship. You need people who are leading you to heaven, not hell, right?
Or there's, I don't know, there's different seasons of life too, where
Yes,
like
yeah.
in high school, you think you're going to be friends forever and ever and ever. And some of those friendships do last.
some of them
which
do
is,
last,
Which is
yeah.
great, but you know, when you read your yearbook and you're like, friends forever, stay in touch,
BFFs, no, not really.
KIT, don't ever change. It's funny because like, I hope a lot of these people are doing well. There's a couple I still talk to that, again, they're great, but again, life kind of will take us in different directions to, you know, beyond high school, work life, when you're married, when you're parenting, those like friendships change, but we all need them. It's not something you can manufacture either. You can't
Yeah.
say, you will be my friend right now.
So if you are like, I don't have any friends who are Catholic, well, maybe you need to start going to like your local Catholic young adult group or youth group or whatever. I had to start praying for best Catholic girlfriends because I was like, I need community. So pray for friends if you don't have them. Start praying for them. In closing, virtuous friendship is a common goal, common aim. Obviously, it's heaven for those of us who are Christian. Pray for your friends, pray with your friends, have accountability, and all those virtues that you want in a friendship, make sure you have those too. Work on those things, be a better friend. And if you don't have friends, pray for them.
Friendships are what make life worth living. So like, comment, subscribe. Go be a friend today. We'll see you next time. God bless.